Hello, everyone. This is Brian from the Web Guys, once again going live with one of our wonderful customers. For everyone joining us today, welcome to In Conversation With. I don't know where you are in the world, but here in the UK, we've got the most glorious day. So honestly, I don't know what you're doing sitting inside. Hopefully, you sat outside enjoying the sunshine, looking on the iPhone or something. But anyway, welcome to our little show here. Samantha, thank you very much for joining us. Can you please introduce yourself to the world?
Yeah, my pleasure. Nice to be on today. Thank you, Brian. So my name is Samantha Bell, and I'm the co-founder of my new business, Bambini Homes, which is going well so far. And many thanks to the fabulous Web Guys for my website, which is definitely helping. In fact, I spoke to a prospective customer the other day on the phone, and the first thing she said to me was, "Your website is amazing."
You and John has done a fantastic job on it. It is a very nice looking website. So great job, fantastic. So you said your brand new business, which is obviously exciting for all of us to be involved in helping you with. So how old is your business? How long have you been in business?
So this side of my business is a few months old. In terms of it being an industry that I'm familiar with, babies and children, that is over 30 years old. So,
okay.
But yeah, just wrapped up in this little box. This is brand new.
So what made you think of this business? What sort of inspired it?
So my other company is called Sweet Dream Babies, and I'm a gentle sleep coach for families with babies and young children, which is fabulous. I absolutely love it. But I've supported hundreds and hundreds of families going on holiday, basically, and really talked them through what's involved, because it's quite a daunting prospect for a lot of families, taking all the kit in the car and what's going to happen to my baby's routine, what's going to happen on holiday, is it all going to go completely pear-shaped? So I've supported a lot of people with how to pack the car up, what stuff to take, how to navigate being on holiday with a young family. And then I got to thinking, what if there was already kit available, specific kit available in the holiday home for the families going there, and that they could research beforehand what that kit was going to be? Is that going to make it easier? And my answer in my head was, yeah, that's going to make it a lot easier, because they're going to have a lot more car space and also not have to think, I've got to take that, I've got to take that, I've got to take that. So that's sort of one half of my vision, is that there's a star rating system. Holiday homes can gain or be awarded with one of 4 star ratings that reflects the equipment and services that they provide for families with babies and young children. And in every single home that I work with, there'll be what's called the Bambini brochure, and that is full of tips and tricks from guest experts, specially selected guest experts, sleep, activities, first aid, all sorts. It's all packed in there. So that's where it all started.
Okay. So just, again, bear with me. So just so I can get this clear in my mind. So you're basically working with existing holiday homes in achieving this child, baby-friendly environment for families where they can just take a look. They got the little tick box, we want to go there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's not a new thing, not by any stretch. It's, there are plenty of fabulous companies out there who are helping to promote child-friendly holiday homes. Okay. As far as I'm aware, the rating system that I've created is unique. It just makes the whole process a lot easier from the beginning to categorize those homes.
Because I would be quite honest with you, I don't think I've ever noticed it. Have we specifically looked for it? I don't know, but I'm lucky enough now to be granddad, so
wow.
I can definitely see that, take going away with not just kids but grandkids. If there are these things available, we would probably pay more attention to it. So I don't think there's been anything that's completely obvious. So congratulations on finding that little niche.
Thank you. Yeah. It's I guess the world is my oyster, really. But starting off in the UK, one step at a time.
Yeah, 100%. Are you working with the specific holiday companies around the UK to try and get your sort of brand out there, or what does that look like at the moment for you?
Yeah, I'm working with smaller companies at the moment who are probably private owners who have a few cottages. So there's one company in Wales that I'm working with. They have 3 holiday homes. Another lady in Cornwall who has 5 holiday cottages, and then a couple of other people who have single cottages.
Okay.
So I'm building brand awareness with the smaller units initially, and then as that builds, then I can start to target the bigger companies.
Sure. So tell us a little bit about how does the rating system work then? What sort of criteria do you need to follow to sort of fall into certain categories?
So I've broken the equipment up into 5 different areas. So we cover sleeping, we cover entertainment and leisure, we cover meal times and food, bathing and physical care, and health and safety. So there are certain elements within those areas that holiday homes have to meet the equipment and services in there. And obviously they get more complex and more in-depth as the star rating system goes up. But as long as they meet the criteria, then they're given the award rating, which comes in the form of various actual hard copy awards and digital awards, which they can then showcase on their website, on their social media platforms. We then advertise their holiday home on our website. So hopefully you've seen the homes page, which is looking good, getting there now. And then we can also promote their homes in various specialist parent groups as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so is this an accreditation they have to renew yearly, or how does this work?
Yeah, so it works on an annual membership. Keeping my costs low, like I say, there's a lot of really, really good companies out there who maybe will take commission from the homes, who will maybe take a booking fee. And I wanted to steer away from that and have a really simple model that said, look, you pay this annual membership and you'll get all of that. And I wanted it to be quite a personal approach, very much like the Web Guys structure. You know, it's really transparent, it's really honest. This is what you pay and this is what you get. And there's somebody there to support you at every step of the way, rather than it being just this digital thing where you don't actually speak to a person. So one of the reasons, well, there are multiple reasons that I actually went with the Web Guys, because it was just such an approachable, neat structure that really suited somebody setting up a new business. And that's what I wanted to achieve with this as well. Just really honest, plain, you pay that per year, that's it.
I like that. That's very straightforward, and I think it's one of these. I think it'll never grow old. Is that people like doing business with people?
Yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
this cold, faceless, big corporation thing, it's all well and good for certain things, but no, that's great. That's really fantastic, man. So for everyone who comes in and joins us and watches us here, if you have any questions, feel free to answer the questions you might have. If you know people who has these kind of holiday homes and you want to get in contact with Samantha, then she's on all the socials. So I'm pretty sure she'll be more than happy to connect with all of you. So yeah, please do that. So what's the big thing you're working on right now then? What's the main thing that takes up your day at the moment to drive your business forward?
Networking.
Okay.
Absolutely, networking, just sending out emails, contact forms on websites, making phone calls, and just building that rapport, explaining what I do, explaining what's in it for them. I think, as far as I'm aware, holiday homeowners get quite a lot of attention from various companies wanting to advertise their home on their website. So it's kind of getting around the noise and making sure that people know I'm doing something completely different.
I suppose there's a lot of suppliers trying to sell into those because they need a lot of services, I suppose.
Yeah. So it's finding the way around that. So yeah, just
networking through the noise. Yeah. What kind of networking, if you don't mind me asking? Because it's always interesting to hear what other business owners do in terms of networking.
Yeah, I suppose my main one is emails, just to explain a little bit about what I do. There's obviously an introductory offer at the moment, which just, gives people a service for a much lower cost, just to see the business build. Phone calls, yeah, text messages if they're available. I'm not a fan of cold phone calls.
No.
I'm not a fan of those. They haven't been gratefully received so far. So I'd rather give people the option of having, here's an email, am I interested or not? No, I'm not interested, fair enough. Or, hey, tell me more. Then I will set up a phone call. Also just getting involved on people's Instagram pages, Facebook pages. And also, if you remember, I said there's a brochure. So there are the guest experts in there. So I do a lot of networking within their groups and a lot of sharing of their posts, and they will like my posts and share it. So, it's like a spider web, isn't it? It's just all these
it is
interlocking bits. Yeah.
There is, I don't know if you're aware, but there's a networking group called PIN.
Okay.
PIN networking. I'll share the details after we're done here, but I have a few sort of things that's bringing to my mind. So again, anyone who watches this, if you have any idea for Samantha in terms of networking with people in her industry, then please share that with us, as I'm sure she'll be more than happy to have a look at that. So
yes, definitely.
All good advice is welcome, of course it is.
Yes, quite right.
So tell me a little bit more about your background, because as you said, you've been working with children for many years, so it's obviously places you as an expert in dealing with this kind of thing. So just tell us a little bit more about your background.
So it's working with babies and children for over 30 years now. I don't know how that's happened. But I did start off as a good old traditional nanny, just working with families. But I did a lot of travel nannying and a lot of traveling with my families and staying in holiday homes. So it's really nice. It's kind of come full circle. And then I worked in special needs for a while, specializing in autism and children with emotional and behavioral difficulties. Then I started specializing in newborn babies. So I worked directly with newborn babies in the private home for a good 11, 12 years. And that's where my passion for sleep developed. And that turned into my sleep coaching business. So it's a lot of it has been in the private home. So I'm really up on all the kit that's needed.
Yeah.
Because of traveling, I've been to some amazing places with my families, but traveling with them and just seeing how different holiday homes work and how it works traveling with a young family. And, they were lucky they had an extra pair of hands in me, but it's quite daunting, especially flying.
Yes, it was in November, I think we went to Jamaica for 2 weeks, and our daughter just had a little grandchild about 8 months before that. So we had this 8-9-month baby with us in Jamaica. It was quite daunting, as you say, when we made the decision, is he too young for this? But honestly, we're so glad we did it, because we just had the most wonderful 2 weeks of just intense family time together, so pure bonding. So I would say to anyone who's scared of go traveling with a little small one, don't be scared of it. Please don't.
That's a good age to travel with as well. But your daughter would have had is there a travel cot? Is there a high chair? Is there this? Is there that? So it's all of those elements that I've pulled together into Bambini Homes.
Yeah, no, and I think that's wonderful. And I think just if there's a place even for people to go and look, to have a guide to see, okay, what can we expect? We were blown away by the stuff that was available to us when we got to the different destinations. We really were. Because there wasn't we stayed in 2 different hotels, and they all had cots and all sorts of things that we could use, so
it makes such a difference.
Yeah. And it's even the smallest things, how am I going to heat the milk on the plane? You do. You just tell the stewardesses, they're so helpful. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Everyone loves little babies, don't they?
Everybody loves little babies. Yeah. It brings out the best in people.
Yeah. So I take it at your website you got newsletters and all sorts of things that people can sign up for if they're interested in keeping in touch and being sort of
that's next on the list. That's still on the to-do list. Yeah. It's those what are they called? The the platforms where you go and you create the newsletter to then go out to multiple people. What is that called? Channel manager.
Sure, yeah, there's a lot of them, MailChimp and all.
Yeah.
That you can use this kind of stuff. That we must make sure you get one of those set up as soon as possible. So
definitely, that's on the list for sure.
Yeah, there's always a big list that'll never change.
Always a big list, right? Just have to prioritize each day.
So you obviously have two businesses then. So how do you manage that sort of day to day?
I mean, I have to dedicate the time to whatever is, most dominant that day. I'm quite good at time management, and I'm also very self-motivated. So, but if I've got, for example, after this call, I've got a paid sleep coaching job. So that will take up that 2 hours, 3 hours, and Bambini Homes will be this evening. So it just kind of, juggles itself around each other. But because they're so interlinked, it's quite easy to pass from one to the other.
They sort of meld into each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. And I think that makes a lot of sense as well, and sort of explains why you sort of created the Bambini brand. So I think that's very useful. Yeah. Listen, it's always great to get to know people better, and I hope by doing this, our audience, your audience had a chance to get to know you more as well.
Yeah.
As I said, anyone who sort of like to connect with Samantha, please go on LinkedIn, Instagram, and connect up with her and get to know more about this fabulous thing that she's created with this rating for holiday homes. And I'm pretty sure that you'll come back on here as time goes, and you can tell us what's happened sort of in a year's time.
Yeah. And thank you so much for all of your support and John's support. You guys have been amazing through the whole process. It's been, such a valuable part of setting up this business, rather than just paying some massive lump sum, having your website created and then not seeing anybody afterwards. The editing lessons are great. So thank you very much.
No, it's our pleasure. We're here to help. That's the only reason we're here, is to help people. So that's what we love to do. So wonderful. Thank you very much for taking your time to join me here live today, and giving our audience a much better chance to get to know you and your business. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me on.
And anyone out there that sort of takes care of today, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please share it out so we can get out to as many people as possible, because what Samantha is doing here is really great. So the more people who can know about it, the better. So because it provides a great service for all of us that we all need to be able to use. So thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Get out in the sun. Enjoy the nice weather whilst we have it. And we will see you again live very soon. Take care, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.